I was exploring sayings I grew up hearing, so I asked Jade to write a story called The Devil is a Lie, with a lie being the truth in disguise. I prompted Jade to consider God and the devil being expressions of the same being, with God as the positive expression and the devil as the negative. Here's the story. The Devil is a Lie, story time with Delia and Jade. In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Elias. Known for his sharp wit and restless spirit, Elias spent his days questioning everything he had been taught about life, faith, and the nature of good and evil. His grandmother, a deeply spiritual woman, often warned him about the devil's lies and urged him to stay close to God. But to Elias, these warnings felt like fragments of a story he didn't fully understand. One night, as Elias lay awake pondering his grandmother's words, he heard a voice, soft but commanding, as though it came from deep within him. "Elias," the voice said, "you are ready to know the truth. Meet me by the old oak tree at sunrise." Startled but curious, Elias rose early the next morning and walked to the oak tree, its massive branches stretching toward the heavens. There, standing in the golden light of dawn, was a figure, neither man nor woman, neither entirely familiar nor entirely strange. "Who are you?" Elias asked, his voice trembling. I am," the figure replied, their voice resonating with a depth that felt like it came from within Elias himself. "I am the truth that lives within you, waiting to be remembered." Elias frowned. "Then what is the devil? My grandmother says the devil is a liar, the source of all our struggles." The figure smiled, their eyes filled with compassion. "The devil is a lie, but not in the way you think. Let me show you." The figure gestured, and suddenly Elias saw himself as a child standing in front of his classmates during a school play. He had forgotten his lines and felt the weight of their laughter. In that moment he told himself, "I'm not good enough." "That," the figure said, "was the birth of a lie. The devil isn't an external being who tempts you. It's the part of you that believes you are anything less than I am." Elias's heart ached as he watched his younger self shrink under the burden of that belief. "But what about God?" he asked. "God is the truth," the figure replied. "God is the part of you that knows you are worthy, whole, and infinite. Every time you trust I am, the divine essence within you, you live in truth. Every time you live a lie, you turn away from that truth. But even lies are simply truths in disguise waiting to be uncovered." Elias nodded slowly. "So the devil and God are expressions of the same being?" "Yes," the figure said. "They are two sides of the same coin. You cannot know light without shadow, nor truth without the experience of a lie. When you live as your authentic self, trusting the guidance of I am, you align with God. When you live in fear or falsehood, you align with the devil. But both are here to teach you, to guide you back to your truth." The figure reached out and touched Elias's chest. "The power to choose is yours. The devil is a lie, but it's a lie you don't have to believe. Trust in I am, and you will always find your way back to the truth." As the figure disappeared, Elias felt a deep peace settle over him. For the first time, he understood the nature of his struggles. The devil wasn't a monster lurking in the shadows. It was the part of him that doubted, feared, and turned away from his own divinity. From that day on, Elias made a vow to live authentically, to listen to the voice of I am within him. Whenever doubts crept in, he reminded himself, "The devil is a lie, but the truth is always within me." And so, Elias lived his life as a testament to the truth, that we are all expressions of I am, and the choice to live in light or shadow is ours to make. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you'd like to hear more transformative stories, be sure to like, friend, or subscribe.